Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review for Fantastic Four issue 32. And this is a big beefy issue, and we got two stories out of it. Though granted, they dovetail into each other, but this was pretty... There was nice action, but it was also kind of a setup issue for what's kind of going to be coming next. So we start off and we see that Johnny is testing out the Baxter building, being under construction, testing out its deep space kind of communications, and is talking with Crystal from the Inhumans, who he had a thing with. And they're just kind of seeing what's on. Crystal's daughter, Luna, pops up. She is, of course, called away to deal with Inhuman stuff. And Luna's like, you're going to make the wrong choice and screw everything up. And Johnny's like, the fuck's that mean? And then shift over and see that at the Latvian embassy, they're having a kind of art exhibit thing, and they've brought Alicia's stuff that she has done of Doom. And that, of course, the Fantastic Four are pretty much there to kind of see what's going on. And we also see some weird kind of people in the background talking about, like, should we go in yet? No, okay. And it's mainly, like, the Thing, Alicia, of course, Nikki and Joe, and Johnny and Skye. And we get some weird vibes off of it because Johnny's saying he can't really feel what's going on with Skye, even through their soul bone, which is kind of weird. And you're like, okay, that doesn't sound right. That sounds kind of off for some reason. Well, Victorious is in charge, does her whole kind of Latvian, protect everything in here, except the American-made stuff, and tells the Thing to kind of move Alicia's crap that she has made of Doom to like another room. He's like, fine, whatever, I'll do this stuff. And while Johnny is pretty much trying to figure out what's going on, he's kind of like poking fun a little bit at Victorious because that's kind of how Johnny does his shit. And this guy's like, oh, come on, don't deal with that. And he's kind of getting all kind of flirty and everything with him. Then we see Skye show up. It's like, wait a minute, Alicia, you told me that this was like another night or whatnot. And Alicia's like, I didn't say anything like that. And we find out that this guy that Johnny came in with is Elijah. And it's like, ooh, that ain't good. Of course, that sets off the kids, and they're like, we gonna beat this bitch. Because her kind of stuff that had been going on. Because not only did she turn herself into Skye, she also mimicked Alicia's voice, and that was setting off Nikki. And it's like, nah, I ain't fucking dealing with that shit tonight. And you're not taking my mom kind of thing. It's like, I really like the bond that like Nikki and Alicia have because of that. And she's like, I am not messing around here. This is my mom. It's like, even though we've only had a few issues to kind of build up with that, I say a few, but it's been longer, it still feels there. So Alicia's like, no, let's just kind of leave here with the kids and go out. It's like, all right, they get out. These people, they're kind of like, oh God, things out. Let's do this. And at first, with how they were talking about, like, no flags and, like, down with, like, monarchy kind of tyranny kind of stuff, I thought there was some kind of weird part of the Flag Smashers and their ultimatum. I'm like, I don't know these guys, but they're coming in to, like, fuck shit up. So Johnny, Elijah, Skye, they pretty much team up with Victorious to kind of, like, take them out. And this is a nice kind of action scene. You get a lot of shit going on, actually, as well. Johnny's pretty much trying to salvage this kind of situation while Victorious is like, I kind of feel for Victorious to a certain extent, though granted, it's mainly because of you're given a job, and shit has gone downhill, and you can feel that kind of pressure behind your eyes, like, God damn it. And she's trying to handle this kind of situation, and Johnny has to deal with so many things on so many fronts. Elijah pretty much antagonizing the shit out of Skye, and she's like, oh, I'm doing what superheroes do, and she's like, Johnny's not really a superhero, he's an explorer, he's a traveler. You have lived in one place your whole life. That doesn't mean any... Lots of people have lived in one place their whole life and then gone off to be explorers and stuff like that. So it ain't no big beef. But then she goes that she thinks her religion and her people's society is, like, stupid, and that she's stupid. It's like, holy shit, this sets her off. She, of course, screeches and takes out some of the ultimatum people. And it's kind of all kind of, like, worked out and everything, and then Skye's like, you know what, I need space away from you, and he tries to catch up with Elijah, and she says that she's going to be leaving, but we don't get that this is actually her kind of saying it, because we see that Alicia is making her say it kind of like Puppet Master with a sculpture that she had made of Elijah. So that still is definitely kind of introducing some interesting kind of stuff, as Ben, of course, checks on her, is like talking about how family comes first. Well, to get everything kind of wrapped up, we see that like Johnny and Sky are both in bed, and you think that they've kind of made up, but we find out that Johnny is instead with Ben with Victorious, and Sky was able to feel everything through her soul bond through what Johnny felt, and it wasn't with her. It's like, oh, crap. And of course, this is more of a kind of one night stand kind of effect, as Victorious is like, I just needed to deal with stuff because she was pretty much handed a bill kind of thing and told to get out of the country because of what was going on. She's like, dude's not gonna like that. She's like, whatever, I don't give a crap. And then of course she's getting a call. She kicks Johnny out of bed. Doom's got to go deal with some shit, and of course he's going to need a queen, and he proposes to Victorious, and she accepts, and Johnny's just under the bed like, the fuck? And it's like, Johnny, I understand weird shit and everything, especially with getting the soul bond and everything, but you don't do that shit. So the repercussions that are going to be with Johnny, it's like, to be honest with you, you can go to Franklin and say that like he's being a petulant little teenager shithead. I don't think that's a complete right call. He's definitely got teenage angst and is dealing with completely crazy ass shit. And at first you'd be like, why doesn't he listen to the wisdom of his Uncle Johnny? Right here, like, Johnny, why you do this? That doesn't mean Johnny doesn't have wisdom. He's just not usually very adept at conveying that wisdom, and especially trying to convey that wisdom without stepping on his own dick. Like here. Like, if you have, like, shit going on with somebody you're with, you just don't go over and be like... It's not like Sky said, we're through, you know, or broken up or anything like that. She needed time away from him. That just means, okay, we will then talk with this and figure out what's going on. Not, bang Doom's right-hand woman who's now going to become his queen. Yeah, that's good. Oh, this is going to be so fucking... Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. What happens when Doom finds out? Oh, Johnny, why you do this? Oh. That could be a big, big problem. Yeah. Okay. That. I'm just thinking of like, I mean, Doom ripped fucking Thanos' skull and spine out when dealing with like the whole Battle World scenario. I mean, granted, he had Beyonder's power, but Doom doesn't do shit half-assed on certain shit. So we end with that bombshell that there's going to be wedding bells between Doom and Victorious. Then we get the next story, which I really enjoyed a lot. I liked how it was kind of old school kind of art style and how kind of silly yet awesome it was. Because we see that we go back to the college days. Reed tries to, of course, play a game of chess with Victor Von Doom, but of course Doom's got his pride and ego and being like, fuck your shit, and then walks off. Then we get into present day and we see that he was called there. He's like, your move kind of shit. And we see that Doom challenges him to a duel so that one will do whatever the other one, like the winner gets the loser to do whatever they want kind of deal. And they get called for like one kind of thing. It's like, okay, this is going to be interesting. No powers, no armor, no sorcery, none of that shit, just them and their swords and stuff. And this was really kind of cool because it really kind of showcases Doom's and Reed Richards' relationship very well. I.e., that they sometimes are enemies, but they are a rivalry that is very interesting, where they see it as a literal chess game as they are dueling. They are doing a chess game while they are dueling and like moving about, and it's done in interesting kind of like, at one point having like one page, but you see him going around the page in such an interesting kind of way and doing all these different kind of like moves while doing their chess moves as well. Reed almost gets it, but Doom is the one that wins in the end, and he calls on him to be his second. He's like, "What, are you doing another duel?" He's like, "No, you have another word for it in outside of Latveria. I want you to be my best man at my wedding." And Reed's like, "What?" And then that's where it ends. And I'm just like, yes, this just showcases. It's really kind of funny. They're like fighting each other and doing these battle of wits and skill, and you get to this, it's like, okay, Ben and Reed would definitely be each other's best man, but you definitely would understand Doom only picking a best man that would come actually second to him, and he would think that Richards would, that he's the only one that would have that honor of being a second to him, and that it feeds into his ego as well as his pride and everything to be like, okay, I beat Richards, and now he has to support me on my wedding day, and just Reed being like, okay, I thought we were just fucking doing our usual kind of shit. It's like, alright, now we got a wedding to kind of tend to. Until they figure out the other stuff that's gonna probably blow up. I mean, it's the wedding of Victor Von Doom. If shit doesn't happen, that's the more surprising exception going on. So I can't wait to see how this horrendous, crazy-ass fucking thing's gonna go. So, I'm really excited. I liked how we saw these different kind of things going on. Each different kind of characterization. We saw the stuff going on with Nikki and Joe and their attachment to Alicia and Ben. Elijah and her kind of relationship with Johnny, and Johnny's various relationship with all the rest of the women throughout here while he's like making horrendous fucking decisions. And then Doom making his tactical decision to have Victorious as a queen so that way he can go off and do shit and somebody he trusts can be in charge. And then getting Reed Richards to be his best man. If that doesn't have if that just sounds like an amazing setup for like the Doom wedding, and I can't wait to see how this kind of goes and celebrates the Fantastic Four as well. So those are my opinions on the issue. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.